Hi, I'm Shane, and welcome to my wood shop. I've been working on a mobile kitchen island, and today we're going to finish up the last piece of the puzzle. This is a maple butcher block that's going to go on top. Now, you can see I've glued up maple strips, and the edges are still rough here. So we need to trim it down so we can get this ready for finish work. To help me do that, I'm going to show you how to use the Festool TS-75 Track Saw. Now, hard maple is, like the name suggests, it's hard. But you'll see how easy it is for me to take this track saw and trim it down. Normally, I could use my table saw with a crosscut sled to do the job. This is a heavy piece, and it's going to be awkward for me to maneuver it. So, why not take the tool to the workpiece? With the Festool TS Track Saw, I can do this operation safely, efficiently, and you'll see how little dust is produced when I'm cutting this down. Before we start, I'm going to remind you that I've got my eye protection, and I've also got my hearing protection. This is going to help keep me safe in the shop. You should also use that when you're using your Festools also. Well, let's go see how this is done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my worktop, my butcher block onto this surface here, and I'm going to slide it up. What I've got here are, these are called Quaz dogs, and these are made by a guy called Steve Adams. He's on the Festool owners group, and he's really cool to deal with, so shout out to Steve here. These are Festool green too, so that's a plus. I'm going to just put these in here. The MFT top it's got square holes, so it's really simple. I'm just going to slide my top up here, and then I can use the guide rail to easily trim this down to make this edge square. What I have here is a standard FS 1900 millimeter guide rail, and I've got these are called rail dogs, also made by Steve, and I've attached them to the guide rail. So what this is going to let me do is it's just going to let me plot my my guide rail down right onto my worktop here. And then we can slide this guy out up against the Quaz dogs, and so this is going to be square. Now, if you didn't have an MFT top, or if you didn't have, you know, the rail dogs or the Quaz dogs, you can really just take a square and make sure that the guide rail is square to this edge here. Now I'm going to set the depth of cut on my track saw, and the easy way for me to do it personally is just to adjust the depth of cut here, and you know, kind of slide the saw along the rail until I am barely scoring the surface. Make sure that the saw is unplugged, of course. Another way you could do it is you could measure the thickness of your workpiece and then add 5 millimeters for the guide rail, and you would pretty much arrive at the same result. But I find this method a little bit easier for me personally. So with the depth of cut set right now, I'm just going to make sure that I take the correct amount off of my butcher block. So I'm just going to slide it over until there's a hair on the showing on the shortest piece. Still making sure that I've got the workpiece flush up against the Quaz dog. So now I know it's square, and then I'm just going to clamp it down. Now you could, if you really wanted to, check to make sure that the rail is square against this edge, but I'm pretty confident in that. So, and now we're ready to cut. So now I'm just going to hook up the dust hose to the port on my TS-75, and I've got the plug-it cord here that I'm going to attach to the saw. And the saw is on highest speed setting, which is 6 here, and that's the recommended speed for sawing hardwood. Both the plug-it cord and the dust hose are connected to my CT vac, so that's going to start right when I trigger this tool, and that's a really nice function of the whole system here. You can see just how nice of a cut the saw left. I mean, maple is notorious for burning, And this is a glass smooth cut right here. This is amazing. So one of the nice things of what the kerf mark that's left behind on my sacrificial top is that I can just slide the other side over to exactly where the kerf is, and I know how much it's going to take off. So now we're all done with the sawing. I'm just going to check it for square. Wow, it's dead on. Can't beat that. Wow, wasn't that easy? This thing is great. I hope this gives you a good glimpse into what the Festool TS Track Saw system is truly capable of. My butcher block is just one of many applications for this system. I don't think I'm going to go back to my old crosscut sled anymore. This thing, as you've seen, is very safe to use. The cut quality is excellent, and the dust collection superb. Thank you for joining me in the shop. Till next time.